YouTube. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a very safe New Year's coming up. Last Friday, I was sitting down here at this table getting ready to make a video about the Pope. As you guys know, Time Magazine named him Person of the Year, and which is kind of weird because it used to be Man of the Year, so I'm kind of glad they progressed to making it Person of the Year. And I got sidetracked by something that happened in Utah. So congratulations to the almost 1,000 couples that have been marrying this last week. It's an amazing thing, and I think the marriages in Utah are going to continue, and Utah will be the 18th state to have marriage equality. The only way that Utah can now stop the marriages from happening is going up to the Supreme Court, and Sotomayor is in charge of the 10th Circuit, which is in charge of Utah, and she, as you guys know, is a marriage equality supporter. She ruled in favor of DOMA, and she got rid of Prop 8 here in California. So I can't imagine her allowing a stay for Utah, which means the Utah marriages will continue. So for all you couples getting married in Utah, congratulations. And now, before I talk about the Pope, one more thing. There's actually here in California, there was a Catholic vice principal who was fired from his job for marrying his partner here in California. And the students did something really amazing. Take a look at that.
Students take a stand. Hundreds walked out of Catholic school today. They say their vice principal was forced out because he married a man.
It's definitely wrong that he's being let go because of something like so personal, and especially when gay marriage is legal in the state.
So, Catholicism and the Pope, it is changing pretty fast. The last Pope that we had was relatively evil, and I think that he earned the title of being an evil person based off his actions and the things that he did. As you guys know, he declared homosexuality one of the major threats to the world, and he basically was a bitter old, I want to say queen, but that wouldn't be appropriate, a bitter old man who did nothing but spread hate. He did nothing for the poor, he did nothing for people in general, he just ran around with all his, bigotry and basically running around attacking gay people all over the world. Now that brings me to the new Pope and him landing on Time's Person of the Year. I actually agree with this. I know there are some people out there that wish that Snowden had been the Times Person of the Year, but I think the Pope, he has a lot of influence in the world, and he is one of the leading religions, and he's changing the way that the world looks at Catholicism and what it should be doing. I mean, he is an activist for the poor. He's challenging corporations, and he's challenging, world countries in order to act better towards poverty. He has decided that homosexuality is not a threat to the world, and that the church should not be focusing their energy on us or our issues, which is an amazing thing. It's a new stance for the church. He is what a pope should be. His messages are of love and hope, and that is what a pope should be doing. And I actually want to read to you his newest statement that he just came out with, which I thought was pretty amazing. The church no longer believes in a literal hell where people suffer. This doctrine is incompatible with the infinite love of God. God is not a judge, but a friend and a lover of humanity, Pope Francis. Now, this Pope has really blown me away with what he's been doing. I mean, he's basically been taking on the conservative agenda around the United States and the world, basically saying that we as people should be taking care of our poor, and we should be focusing more energy on helping each other and not on trying to amass great amounts of wealth. So when conservatives in this country get pissed off, I know the Pope's doing an amazing job. Okay, so that brings me to the Advocate. They made the Pope their Person of the Year, which I really kind of disagree with. I mean, the Pope has done a lot when it comes to the world in general and poverty and how we deal with it. But when it comes to LGBT issues, I mean, he has softened the church's stance towards us. He's taking down some of his hardliner cardinals, and he's taking them out of positions of power. And he's actually, he says that gay marriage and, LGBT rights are not something the church should be focusing on, which is great for us. But he has not really earned the cover of the Advocate, and maybe in a couple of years I'll change my mind as the church changes their policies towards us. But still, the church, it still believes that gay marriage is wrong. It still believes that homosexuality is wrong. I mean, he hasn't really earned this cover. I think the person who should have been on this cover this year was Edith Windsor. I mean, she is the face of DOMA. She's the face of Prop 8. She's the face of marriage equality in the United States and around the world. And she's done more for my family than the Pope has. So I really think that the Advocate is using, putting him on the cover in order to sell copies of this magazine, to basically bring attention to the Advocate. They didn't necessarily do anything for the LGBT community by placing him on the cover of this magazine. So yes, I'm a huge supporter of the new Pope. I actually really like the direction that the Catholic Church is going. I actually wanted to go to Christmas Mass this last year, but Brian kind of fought me on that. So maybe in the future I'll be able to, introduce my kids to some aspects of Catholicism. And, it had a big impression on me as a child, and I'd like to actually turn around the negative and make it a positive. And that's my opinion on the Pope. So have a safe New Year's, and I will see you guys next year. Bye, YouTube.
And I believe that our love found its way through the current as the waves crash down.